everybody. Hello and welcome to the 35th episode of Roll20 Presents The Burning Wheel, episode 35. That's a good number. I feel good about that. I've started. We're in the show has been running long enough now that I start to like compare it to how long other RPG shows that I've done are. And I'm like, it's getting up there, and I can't remember how long like Mirror Shades or Balance of Power were, but this is quickly. If you lump all the Burning Wheel stuff together, it's definitely one of the longer ones. I don't remember how many episodes we did for series 1 and 2, but like I think we're probably
not this many.
Yeah, we're probably pushing. This is the longest one for sure.
Not this many. Fair enough.
Yeah, but cool. I mean, this is the thing, right? Like when we got to episode 20, I think we were like, cool. All right, now we've started the campaign. Burning Wheel has begun.
Yeah, it was weird.
Because I mean, that's kind of how it goes. It doesn't feel like however long it takes for us to get to the next trait vote, that's how long that has happened.
That's how long the army takes.
Yeah, right. So it's a whole thing. Oh, chat can't hear me. That's a shame. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
chat.
no, they can though. I think it fixed.
Is it back? Okay. Sorry, chat.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. Well, that's fine. You don't need to hear me anyway. I was just babbling. How's everybody doing? Elf, let's start with you. How are you doing?
I am doing fine.
Yeah.
I have been playing Dark Souls Remastered.
I'm gonna play that.
So
tomorrow.
I finished that.
Oh, nice.
Done it.
You did
John
it.
and I played through the whole thing again.
Cool.
I am
The
once
DLC?
again a master of the blade. Yeah, the DLC too.
Wow. How long did that
Um,
take you?
Like 3 streams. So like 12 hours, 14 hours ish.
That's about right.
Yeah. It's interesting that game like because definitely the first few times you play it, it's longer. It gets shorter every time you play it.
Well, I mean, it's one of those games where, like, actually, as well, like playing the rest of the series makes you better at the game. Like,
Yeah.
one of the things that came up while we were playing was like, there's this big dragon in the DLC, right?
Mhm.
Called Calamite, and they're regarded. People said regarded as one of the harder fights in the game. But they don't feel hard in Dark Souls 1 anymore because there's so much stuff in Dark Souls 2 and 3
Right.
that is equally as hard that I have done. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so like it doesn't feel like it's as difficult as it might have felt had I not played those games already, right?
I feel like I wish in a way gameplay wise I wish in a way Bloodborne had come out first because I thought that I was really like I'm pretty bad at Dark Souls but I'm pretty decent at Bloodborne.
Well, it's because it's a different
because
play
it's a very
style.
different play style.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm gonna play some Dark Souls tomorrow, but I'm curious to see if Bloodborne has ruined me for Dark Souls because I know I'm gonna just play Dark Souls like a Bloodborne game and I'm gonna get murdered. Like
Yeah, it doesn't work exactly the same. And
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now is like just this morning I started Dark Souls 3 again.
cool.
To play through that because I never did the DLC for it. When
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
When Ashes of Ariandel came out, I was like, meh, half-assed, fuck that. But I've heard the Ring City is really good, so
That's cool.
I gotta check it out.
They're all really good, actually.
Yeah, but
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. So you got through that starting DS3, skipping
yeah.
over
So I'm doing
skipping over
Dark Souls
2.
3. Well, 2 I've played the most. 2 is my hot fucking take. 2 is the best one.
I'm gonna go ahead and just point out that expressing a personal preference is never a hot take because no one
Yes,
can
it is.
concede that. No
Yes,
one
it
can.
is.
No one can be like, yes, I agree. Dark Souls 2 is your favorite
No,
Dark Souls.
It's not your favorite.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
How dare you? It's
Two-
not. You're wrong
two
about
is-
your own feelings.
2 is the best one. It's by far and wide the best one.
Yeah.
and
that's
I will
reasonable
fight
for that
anyone
one to
who
be the one you
says
like the
otherwise.
most. It's okay. You're allowed to like whatever you want.
Yeah, except everybody doesn't like it, so I feel like I have to fight them.
No,
See,
that's cool. You
that's the
can
thing.
you can have your own decisions about these things. You're allowed. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm glad it's fun. So do you feel like the remaster was like different enough?
I feel like the remaster was something they could have patched 1,000 years ago and done very simply for free. but they didn't, and also they didn't even fix anything that was broken. So no, the remaster is a pile of garbage, and if you already own Dark Souls, do not buy it.
Yeah, it's basically the same. It's just like it polished up a little bit. So, I mean, for me, the question of whether the remaster is worth or not is going to be the moment I set foot in Blighttown. Then I'll know.
It runs at 60 frames. Blighttown runs at 60 frames. That's I mean, that's good. But that's like it. There's like some little new textures. And like spells look a little more flashier.
Yeah.
And it does everything else. It does the same way that DS Fix, like the mod that you use for PC Dark Souls anyway, does. It's the same. It's literally the same.
Yeah. I feel that. Well, cool. I'm glad that you played all.
It was fun though. I had a good time.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Blue Jay, what have you been up to? You got some new stuff coming up. Have you been preparing? Have you been preparing for the campaign that you're starting soon? Talk about Star Trek.
I've been watching a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah, that's your prep.
That's how I'm preparing. I'm almost done with Deep Space Nine.
Can I interest you in a very exciting 1995 DS9 fan film that I would like to watch?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh God, this thing.
I can't wait. I want to watch it. I got to track down a copy of it.
Well, when you do, I'll watch it with you.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I was doing a RuneQuest thing, so I was reading RuneQuest.
Diving into the exciting world of Glorantha.
Yeah, but now that that's over, I can read the Star Trek Adventures game. Nice. I just didn't want to be trying to read 2 role-playing games at once while also playing 3 role-playing games a week. It's a lot. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I've got the attention span necessary to do that.
Cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. I haven't really been doing a whole lot otherwise. I've been real busy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Stardew with Holly and
Hey, are you gonna play that Graveyard Stardew thing?
I don't think so.
I am.
I don't like playing like I'm playing like 3 games a week and then 1 like scheduled other game and then a regular. It's a lot. I don't have the attention span for another Stardew. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's still pretty early in development. You don't need to worry about it right now. Maybe when it actually comes
Pillars 2, and when I finish Pillars 2, then I'll consider another thing.
I have officially quit Pillars 2. I'm not going to finish it. I got far enough in that I was like...
I'll be the one person, chat, if you follow any of us, I'm the one person that's finishing my playthrough because I like to finish things.
Oh, I also love finishing things. It is painful for me to quit partway. I put 20 odd hours into this and I can't be. I
am the opposite. I quit games at random. Starting a playthrough on my channel does not mean you get to the end of the game ever.
Yeah. It's cool. It's just a very long preview of the game. If you want to see the back 20 hours, you got to play it yourself.
I don't think I've ever finished a game on stream.
I thought you were going to say you've never finished a game, and I'm like, that's not true. Final Fantasy counts for like 80% of the games that you've finished.
I would say the one game I remember not finishing.
Dave, you finished an MMO.
Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah. I got to Act 4, and I don't remember what happened exactly, but I stopped playing it. And most of the time, if I start a game, I finish it.
Yeah.
I feel really bad giving up because I'm stubborn.
That's the thing that I like about role-playing games is that, like actual role-playing games, not computer role-playing games, for realsies role-playing games, that you get to choose.
For realsies.
You get to choose the end when it ends most of the time, unless your group disintegrates. You can be like, all right, we're gonna end it in like this many episodes, or you can get to a part where you're like, okay, good, that's it, we're done. This was the last one. That happened with. There was an Apocalypse World game, I think the very first one, Ender, that we played on the channel, where we were like, wait a second, we're done. That's it. Like we were like, when do we want to end this? And then we played an episode and we were like, oh, nope, that's it. That was the ending.
It's over.
I feel like with Apocalypse World, that's what happens though. You just hit a point and you're like, wait, we're done. Like,
yeah,
something bad happens and everybody dies, then it's over.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, and that's something that I like about the way we're sort of structuring this, and where we like every 10 to 12 episodes, we're like, all right, trait vote. Some stuff happens. Season's over. Let's do another season. Like that renewal kind of thing makes it not feel like 35 episodes, I guess, is the thing.
I like our seasons. I like our Burning Wheel game.
Yeah,
I like
really
playing it with you all. I'm just saying that right now.
Good.
Mhm.
Thank you. I am enjoying it as well. It's a good squinty
I-
face, Dave.
I
Dave,
also
do you
like
have an
that.
alternating opinion about this?
Do you not like playing it
Yeah,
with us, Dave?
I mean, Dave expressed the opinion that
Yeah.
Dave would like to maybe try something else. Dave wants a new outlook on role playing games.
I mean, maybe that's true, but also I like being contrarian and just emoting the opposite of what everybody else is doing because I feel like we need some like differentiation.
Yeah,
That seems healthy.
Everyone's having fun. Dave's like, no, let's do a different thing. No one wants to play. Dave's like, yes, keep playing. Dave, I got to see something yesterday. I got a sneak peek of a Roll20 thing that I cannot wait until it's public enough that you can see it. We've been hinting about it. It's a Dungeons and Dragons thing, and I will literally as soon as I can show it to you, as soon as I get approval, I'm gonna be like, Dave, look at this cool thing.
What this?
I'm very excited. It's gonna be super cool. I can't say anymore, but it's coming up, and I specifically want you to like help me go over it. We could do a stream. It'd be great.
Yeah, I love those. I love when we do the streams and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're always so busy.
That's true. That's true.
Did you stop?
No, no. I have to play David Cage games for the rest of my life now. Yeah.
Jason.
Speaking of busy people, what have you been up to this last week, Andrew? How have you been?
Well, some of it has been me helping take care of my dad, who's very sick.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, we recorded the first session of our Blue Coats
That's
playtest,
right.
which is happening on Actual Play. Didn't end up doing it live for the character creation, like session 0 stuff, but we're going to post it, I think, hopefully. And then future episodes will be.
I love that session. I love that session
cool.
0 is like a thing that is becoming more normal in role playing games. Like I'm trying to remember when I started doing those and like when they sort of became a thing for me, like, and if there was a game specifically that called it out, like everybody sit down and do this before you play. I can't think of a rule set that specifically said like just do character creation, but I do remember I think Dogs in the Vineyard was the first time I read the author kind of call out like you have to do this together, like sit down and make characters together. But it's good.
Speaking of things we do together, can I get more coffee?
Jesus Christ, yes. I'll say
Okay.
already? We're like 10 minutes into the episode.
I mean, I can talk more bullshit while Blue Jay's away.
No, it's cool. Go, Blue Jay. Go. Hurry up.
That was actually the worst segue I've ever heard. You better
that's
get
pretty-
out of here.
yeah.
I'm remembering other stuff I did the week before, not just this week. I got to play some BFF, which was super fun on Actual Play.
That's cool.
That was good. Which
Which
was
is
super
Ross
fun.
Cowman's game that he made with his mom.
Yeah. It's
pretty cool.
cute. It's really cute.
If I made a game with my mom, it would be called Honey, We Don't Understand Anything You Do, but We're Very Proud of You. The game. And it would be about one of you would play the parents and one of you would play the kid, and the kid would do things and the parents would have to roll to see if they can understand what the kid is talking about. But they would have a proudness score that would just go up unrelated to anything else.
Yeah.
That's my
anything happens.
Sounds like a
literally
great
you do
game.
anything. We're very
Seems like a great game, Adam.
yeah. That's the game.
My favorite part is when their like proudness score goes up, but you have to roll as the player, and if you get a 1, then actually instead of being positive reinforcement, it just makes you like really, really like self-conscious about everything, and you have more pressure on you than actually exists, and then you get really depressed for the rest of your life.
I feel like it could be a 1-player game in that case where it's just you're comparing to a table. It's like Traveler character creation.
Yeah.
And then eventually you die if you keep playing.
Yeah.
In character creation.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
I was playing D&D. I played it in person. I've killed a lot of people. That shouldn't die in the level 1 adventure.
For a second there, you said in person that I've killed a lot of people, and I was like, what? Are we finally getting the Dave criminal,
Say goodbye to Dave, everybody, because playing D&D in real life broke him. This is what happens. Keep it in the virtual realm, everybody. Your nice, safe distance from Murder Dave.
My bad.
I also I also, side note, started working on a Burning Wheel thing for my IRL friends. I'm gonna GM
saw
some
that.
Burning
That's
Wheel
exciting.
IRL, so that's related.
You want to know the secret to
yeah.
GMing Burning Wheel? It's really easy. The players have to do all the work.
I
So at the
know.
beginning, when the players don't know any of the rules, it's really hard. And then if you have good players and they figure out the rules, then you can just sit back and be like, okay. And then,
I did some like tabletop RPG stuff with my friends IRL recently, like yesterday or something, like day before.
No.
And we played Fall of Magic, and it is the first time I have ever seen somebody that I play games with not be able to come up with like stuff. You know what I mean? I know that's like really weird to say, but like my friends, most of them are good at this stuff because they're LARPers and like whatever. But one of my friends had so much trouble like with just like creating a situation around a prompt in Fall of Magic, and I didn't even realize that could be hard. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a thing,
it's
right?
Weird.
Creative block is totally a thing, and sometimes you have to be like I've definitely been in a situation in role playing games, and I think this is what I like about a lot of the Powered by the Apocalypse games, is that the GM especially is empowered to be like, I neither know nor care about the answer to this question. Someone else make it up. I'm not interested right now. I don't know. I've hit a wall.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a hard place to be, where it's like everyone's looking at you for your story games. I hate the term, but story games do this a lot, where they're like, all right, everybody, turn your attention to Andrew. Andrew, be creative.
Yeah, do it.
It's your turn to blow our minds.
The thing that really got me was like, I was trying to reinforce this idea that like, we're making a thing together. There are no wrong answers. You know what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want here. And like, well, as long as everybody's like cool with it, it's cool, you know?
I just remember we never finished our Fall of Magic game, and now I'm feeling
I know, right?
Finishing that game too.
I may have recycled my same character for this Fall of Magic game I did.
I've played the first half of a lot of Fall of Magic games.
Yeah,
it's because it's too long for one session, and it's often like people drag it out as a one-shot game. So you're like, let's play the beginning chapter of this, and then you don't go back.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool because that was the first game that we played without you, Adam.
It was
a new thing for this our little group.
Adam's like, yeah, it was really cool
because you weren't there. That's fine. That's cool.
Adam, it was great because you weren't there.
All right, see ya.
Rough, brutal. All right,
just take us offline there, Adam. Like,
yeah.
Bring over.
No, he's gone.
He's just removed his camera
anymore. All right. So beliefs, instincts, and traits. I think.
I guess we should get started, right?
Yeah, I've got coffee now.
Good luck changing the overlays, suckers. All right, fine. Let's play some Burning Wheel. God, you guys are nerds. Jesus. All right. So
I love how we can use nerds as like a you're sweet and nice, or you're nerdy, or you're the worst.
Nerd and dork are both terms of endearment and harsh burns.
Totally.
Depending on
massive multi-purpose word. They're great. It's like
it's awesome. I love it.
That either means like I hate your guts, or you're the best and I love you.
Dorks are also, I think, like a fin on a dolphin or something. There's like something like a technical term for.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
We could ask Siri.
No, don't ask Siri. So let's do the thing. Joy.
No, you made that one up.
Joy.
Yes.
Joy. Today, what are your beliefs, your instincts, and your traits?
Well, let's see, shall we? My beliefs are I will have a revenge. I'll have my revenge on the Minister of the Forest Territories.
Right. Hopefully with Agatha's help, right?
Yeah.
Agatha, you have a belief about that? Okay.
I'll learn about Semyon's connection to Ekaterina and report back to Lodvik, because that's what he asked me to do.
Yep.
And I'll reconnect with Emilio and make sure he knows I am alive.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And then my instincts are, as they have always been, well, not always, but
close to always.
When an Easterner speaks of religion, laugh, always keep a knife where no one can see it, and whenever I'm in public, I disguise myself. My traits are off-kilter, scapegoat, ashen eldritch, bootlicker, hungry, dead, dangerous, numb, slave to the power of death, keen taste the fool, and cold-hearted.
I think you're like almost competing with Agatha on the number of traits you've got now.
Maybe.
I think Agatha's got a pretty significant lead on that one.
I just say it really fast.
Maybe.
Yep. Okay, great. I don't have any questions. They're all straightforward, right? Like, I can
Yeah,
think,
does it seem reasonable?
I can think of really easy stuff to put in the way of your beliefs to challenge you on it, so that we can force rolls, so that you have to work to get your beliefs. I could see you getting Persona for those last two because they're close.
Like
together,
today,
so,
yeah.
yeah. I can see. Yeah, those are all.
They're
clear.
also
Good
in a
goals.
related area, which
Yep.
is like helpful.
Yep. It's all good stuff. And for once, everyone has like a manageable amount of fate in Persona, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
I
want each point.
Agatha, how are you going to get fate in Persona today?
Sup.
Let's talk about your beliefs.
So, I need a little help with my first belief.
Okay.
Because it needs a next step, and trying to like figure that out in my head.
Right, because this first belief is the like I will end the curse.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want your goal. Is the goal in and of itself to end the curse? That's what you want?
Yeah.
You want to like...
Yeah, and right now the current way of doing that Agatha thinks is going to work is to murder the Angel of Winter.
Sure, yeah, okay. So you know from what you've seen, the Stygian rituals would summon and bind these creatures using the faithful as bait, people who believe in them.
Yeah. And then... presumably, then I need a summoner.
You need a summoner. You're in Lodewik's seat, right? So you don't have you have the ability. You need to obtain two things, right? You need the bait and you need the hook. You get your hand on the caster, but you need the other two things. Caster. But you need the thing to catch the angel, and you need the bait to lure it. So pick one of those two, probably. Like, do you want to find someone who can summon it? Do you want to find someone as bait? Or in which order do you want to do that?
I could use Father Robillard for both. Yeah,
you could try. It might be hard. You may also want to find someone who isn't faithful, who has like a grudge against the people who are, who will like get on board with your plan. So this could be like an existing person, or you could just circle someone, and then we could be like, I will find and convince a summoner to help me, or whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm leery of putting more characters in the game just because like we have so many already.
Well, so I was thinking about this. I was looking at the list. I've been thinking about doing another relationship map for the current situation. I think in the last time skip we kind of backgrounded a lot of characters. The map is smaller than it used to be. I think like we build them up and then people are like, okay, you're done. They're not as useful. We could bring them back, but don't worry. Let me worry about that. I think it's going to be more, I will say this, it's going to be more challenging to get Robillard to act both as hook and bait in this case, because if you're like, dude, I need you to summon this angel, and you're also I'm going to kill you for it, like, it's going to be much trickier. Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, I can use him to summon the thing.
Yep. Yeah. But that'll mean coming clean about your plan, or like
sacrifices must be made,
or tricking him in like a very deep way.
Which would be the most interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
But also not the most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, so that's the question is, do you want to bring in another co-conspirator, or do you think that you can do all of this just you, and then maybe Sufferance and Kila as well?
I think Agatha's going to try to do it herself. Okay, so the last piece that I need help remembering is last time I tried to convince Robillard of something, and it just got him involved.
Yeah, you were like, I need more information about the angel or the angels, and he was like, it was either going to be like, yeah, help me find someone, or help me get more like information about Stygia, or you accidentally like tipped your hand, and he was like,
I have a question for Agatha about beliefs. Are you not going to write anything about the thing that you were going to do for me? Because
I do have a hex for you.
Yeah, because that would give you fate or persona like now, or you could not do it, but then Alessandra will probably like I don't know, we did say urgently when we had a conversation,
and you want me to curse
persuaded you,
Soren and Tabitha?
Yeah.
I have Agatha will rid Alessandra of the Volpe, and in exchange, Alessandra will call on the minister.
And I did call the minister back.
But you haven't told Agatha that. Also, Agatha can be like, I lied to you.
I mean, she can, but like in terms of beliefs to have.
I am beholden to that.
That's true.
That commitment. So
you
I think I'll
make a belief about that. Is
I'll make my third belief about that.
Okay. I just like,
'Cause
you don't
it's-
have to if you don't want to go after it, if that's not something you're interested in.
I
but,
really,
like, we
I
did
really
have
love
that whole
how
conversation.
Agatha is very much playing the witch, right? In the sense that like everyone owes you favors and you owe everyone magic, basically.
Yeah.
Like it just keeps being that like you're like, oh god, I have so many hexes on my schedule here. Yeah, so that's something. But yeah, for the ending the curse one, you need someone who has skills that you do not have, and who that person is and how you convince them. That's up to you.
So I'll make a belief that is just I must find a summoner.
Yeah.
And then my third belief, so my second belief will remain the same. It's the old ways will live on through my coven. I must convince Sufferance and Killer to embrace the traditions. Great. And then Elisandra will fetch me the minister. I must deliver her curse on the Volpe.
Yeah.
Because then that's the in-between step of me getting back to what that belief was about, which is about cursing the minister of the forest territories so that Joy can kill her.
Yes, and that ultimately both for, I mean, not, I guess Joy wants revenge for Joy, but Agatha's purpose in helping is to reduce the genocide that is occurring in the forest territories.
Basically
the genocidal harvesting in the okay, all right. So these are some like nested on their way.
Yeah, exactly. So the big picture goal is to make the forest territories a little bit safer for people who aren't horrible, barbaric, fascist, medieval people.
Yeah,
or something.
Because right now it's pretty bad out in the forest territories.
Yeah, and she wants to, be a good witch to those people.
Okay.
My instincts are when my coven is with me, teach them something.
Mm-hmm.
And never put something back in the wrong place.
Okay.
My traits are always in the way, well-traveled, spooky, inscrutable, respectful of women, lupine, vindictive, pragmatic, misunderstood, fey-blooded, blind, gifted, spirit familiar, essence of earth, unsteady, rat speak, lame, forked tongue, wolverine, and tenacious.
Fantastic. Good stuff. Cool. Okay.
You're right. You do just say them really fast.
Yeah.
So for the beliefs, I can think of ways that all three of these could be interesting. I think the second one is really more a fate farm until you resolve it, and we've got a bit of like a countdown kind of going for how that proceeds every episode.
It's a long-term one.
Yeah. Right now they're like so on this whole being a coven thing. Cool. Okay. All right. Elisandra.
Yeah, I redid all of my beliefs, so like we might have to do a little bit of workshopping. I'm not sure. My first one is I promised Agatha, the Minister of the Forest Territories, for her help in getting rid of Soren, Tabitha, and Lady Greyblade. I will delay the minister until Agatha fulfills her promise.
Oh, I see.
So basically, it's like I'm not going. Like I summoned her here, but I have no reason to just send her to the church to Agatha's hands until
that whole first sentence is a true statement, but it doesn't really have a place in the belief because it's not. You're just saying like the sky is blue.
Well, yeah, but I just like
beliefs don't need to have like the context built in. So what you can say is like why are you delaying the minister until Agatha fulfills her promise? What do you actually believe? Why are you doing that?
Agatha's fucked up hexes that she promised to do for me before.
So you don't trust her? Or
no, I don't trust the witch.
There you go. So the witch is not trustworthy. I will delay the minister until I get what I want, until Agatha fulfills her promise. That's much more like that says much more about the character than like the sort of early statement. Okay. So
and then another kind of statement, but also it says stuff about asking for help and advice has only complicated matters. I will take matters into my own hands and appoint a council that will support my decisions. So she wants yes men. She asked for help from Lord Chembra, and he was like, well, I can't really do anything. This is the law. Like,
so you're just going to dismiss the council, dissolve the advisory council, and
unless
appoint your own.
Unless they agree to be yes men. Lord Radu Durham is a very good yes man.
I like how Chembra tried to like get you going on this last time, and you were like, no, get out of here.
Yeah, well.
He was like, all you have to do is just give me one small thing that I want. And you're like, no, you don't get to say words unless I put them in your mouth. That should be interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think I've spent a long time kind of like vacillating on the independent trait, and I want to try and like see if leaning into it a bit more does like feels good for Alessandra, or if she's definitely not that anymore, right? So this is leaning a little bit more into the independent trait, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I will take and appoint a council. So is this about you could angle for persona by breaking this down a little bit and saying like I will dissolve the council, because I don't know, appointing a council takes time because you'll need to circles up everyone you want in it.
Right. I think that the first step, I guess, is like talking to the current council members and seeing if they will just support me, like, period.
I think we can skip that, and you know that they won't.
Okay.
There's no reason for us to like waffle around that. They won't. They're not your council, right?
Like, even if I get like good persuasion rolls or anything?
I mean, if that's what you're more interested in, if you want to take the time to like convince
like,
each person.
If I don't, then we're making up a bunch of NPCs, right? Whereas we don't
have to necessarily. You can do the thing where you make the resources roll to make an affiliation with like the new council, the Regent's Council, and then they're just like shadowy background people until you have to draw on them, right? So it's whether you want to create, because again, like people have opinions, but like a shadowy the council can just be something that backs you socially. If you individually circles them up, then I will make them people, and people will get in your way, right? That's because that's my job.
Right.
So it depends on what you want.
If they're people, they will always challenge me. If they're a shadowy the council, they'll just do as I say.
Yeah, because they're two different like rules things. I mean, there'll still be complication, but if you make a role that's like, I would like to create a council of advisors who will do whatever I say, and I give you an ob and you beat that role, that's what they are. I can't be like, later they're complicated, right? Like they can just be a thing. I can get rid of them and they can like be taken away from you if you fail rolls and stuff. But it's the difference between a person with like desires and intent. But you could also, again, if you want like a real council that actually advises you and maybe tells you like important, useful things, then you would want people instead of like a bunch of people who are just like, yes, Regent, you're so smart, Regent, whatever you say.
I mean, the thing is that like, I feel like if she just like dismisses out of hand all of the current structures of power, like that's like gonna create issues, and mostly it's gonna create.
You got those issues already. Like it's not gonna suddenly be like, oh, Alessandra, she's dangerous. Also, again, public opinion is swayed by rolls, right? So if you make a roll to be like, I am dissolving the council, we no longer need them. The angels are my council now, and Robillard helps you, the people will be like, yay, Divine Empress Alessandra is going to be great, right? Like
the council, yay.
But you can also do the more like, I want to appeal to the nobles, and I want to like individually pick and choose people who will both like support. And it depends on whether you want Alessandra to be a good governor or a power-hungry despot. I know which way I think she's leaning.
Which way as well.
But if you want to reinforce that independent trait, flat out dissolving the council is 100% the way to go. It just depends on whether you're going to get like Robillard's permission or like talk to him about it first, or you're just going to do it. But it's up to you, like what you think. Because the first part, that like asking for help and advice is only complicated matters, doesn't jibe to me with the second part of appointing a council that will support your decisions. I feel like asking for help and advice is only complicated matters. Let's dissolve the council.
Dissolve the council.
That's much more aggressively independent. Okay.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying there, definitely. And yeah, I feel like maybe not. I just don't want to go that hard, but maybe we could just go that hard. I don't know. I feel like bad making.
Remember, one of the sort of watchwords of Burning Wheel is overdoing it, right? Like if you look at Duel of Wits, if you're being forced to compromise back, what you want to do is just overdo it, and then things will land somewhere short of what you actually aim for, and then you'll be okay.
Dissolve the council.
Yeah. So now you just have to decide like who you want to involve in that and how you want to do it, right?
Okay, I'll just put that, and we can like I'll just put dissolve council right now. And then my third belief is I've seen the angels. They've saved my life, but I don't know what they want from me. I must find a way to ask them.
Looking for some of those holy machinations.
Yes. Because I'm really interested in the stuff that's been happening vis-a-vis like Elisandra seeing the fucking angels. Like that's a big thing
They're
for
real.
a person.
They exist.
So I definitely want to like spend more time on that. And then my instincts are never allow anyone to treat me below my station, always redirect violence away from my person. Whenever I meet with a member of the court, recall a piece of compromising gossip about them. My traits are your lordship, ambitious, well-dressed, independent, cosmopolitan, raven-haired, jealous, regent, mark of privilege, rapier wit, and charming. Another idea about the council that I just had is that I could blackmail all of them.
Yes. That's another way to control people. Yep. Find out rumors about them and then extort them.
There we go.
So that, I mean, again, that's the question. Do you want to force the existing council?
I have this extortion skill that I've never used, and I opened it. So we'll see what happens. I have some decisions.
Okay. I mean, I think for your belief, it can't be like, I will do X or Y. You got to pick one.
Right.
So do you want to try to control them, and if I fail, dissolve them?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Control them first, dissolve them after.
Okay, so we should establish then, right now, who the council is. We do 100% need to have them like solidified at this point, because you need a target list. Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, who is currently on the council?
So we have Lord Radu Durham. He's the stock guy. He's the midnight stalker in the grocery store.
So hold on. So Lord Raleigh Durham, he's the Minister of Agriculture, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I assume the Minister of the Forest Territories is on the council when they're there.
Is,
yeah.
So Minister of Agriculture. There's a bunch of like absent seats that we can talk about, but okay. So Lord Raleigh Durham, Lady
Anna
Maria Strobela.
Whatever her last name.
Strobela.
Right.
She's like a distant cousin of the king, and she's Minister of the Forest Territories.
There's the Lady Treasurer that we've talked about before. We've had a couple of things with her. So Catelyn Urtica.
Okay, so
the Lady Treasurer.
Catelyn Urtica. Lady Treasurer. Okay.
Obviously Robillard.
Yes, yeah, Father Robillard Garrulus.
Because he's
don't worry, a robot will yell him to death.
And then Lord Benedict isn't officially on the council. So
he's left town. You scared him away. He's gone.
The adjudicator position is
there's several positions empty, two of which we know about, which are to say the high adjudicator, whatever, the justicar, and then the magus. The magus is former's position, the spy master.
The spy master. Oh. Yeah.
So I
could use a spy master.
You could. Okay, so let me just put them on my sheet here.
Would the general be considered on the council?
No.
He would. No.
Nope. Not unless you appoint him when he returns.
Is there any kind of military person on the council?
No. But again, that person would technically like be the general. It's just the military is 100% tied up in this war in Stygia, or they were. Yeah, Agatha would have been court sorceress. So Agatha was formerly on the council, the King's Council, prior to the game's beginning.
So Agatha would be court sorceress, and the magus was spy master.
The magus was a spy master who happened also to be like an accomplished sorcerer. Yeah,
but that wasn't his job.
No,
technically. Okay, so court sorcerer, spy master, treasurer, agriculture, religion, justice. And then the forest territories?
Yes. I'm only
that would imply that I guess the mayor is technically
the like minister of the interior or whatever, right?
But he's not actually part of the nobility. Very plainly like separate.
Yeah.
So he's probably someone that we would invite, but he's not
he's either dead or moved. We haven't seen him in a long time, and his only real connection to us
was Reza.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. There's the council. There's your list.
That doesn't like it. I feel like there's a lot of gaps there.
Well, yeah, because it's a government that's falling apart.
You also have a lot. There's a lot of unassigned positions. If this was Crusader Kings 2, I'd be like, appoint people.
Yeah, there's a lot of unappointed positions, like running the government. Also, remember that the king was like technically like doing things yourself is a fairly like manly trait in Carpathia, and the king probably was like, I don't need
you also made the
several
point
of these.
before where you were like, the king doesn't
Yes,
actually
he doesn't
do anything. He just has people to do things.
The government
So,
of Carpathia
where are fucking people?
is and has always been dysfunctional.
Okay, well, it's really dysfunctional at the moment.
Yeah, and no, there's no foreign minister because your only nearby neighbors hate you. Everyone else is very far away.
Yeah, there's no ambassador because you don't need one.
Yeah, you don't need one. It's like ambassador to this country that has always hated us, or ambassador to nowhere, like somewhere far away. There's no Carpathian embassies anywhere else.
I'm looking at this list and it's sad. We need to fix this country.
I agree.
All of these people are, they have either their own plan or they are just loyal to like the sad king who is sad and dying.
Dissolve them.
We'll see if you can bend them. To
Okay.
your will.
In acid.
Yeah,
It
got it.
doesn't always mean an acid.
Sounds-
Belle.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And yeah, currently you have no affiliation.
And
with the
like we've already got
Sentinels.
plans to get rid of the minister of the forest territory.
Yeah, someone else will handle that for you. Lady Anna Maria is her days are numbered.
I mean, assuming I don't roll 0 out of 6 dice and then get stabbed again.
Yeah, and I mean also remember Anna Maria Strobla and Captain Cheka of the Green Mantle Company are like best buds. So if you kill her, he may just continue the genocide on her behalf. But we'll
that's
get around
not-
to it. That's Agatha's problem.
Really.
That's an Agatha
Alright.
Joy problem.
It's an Agatha Joy problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have no problem with the genocide, just with the one person who stabbed me. It's fine.
All right. Cool. Speaking of things on a timer, so Lodovic attempting to build your militia unbeknownst that the army's on its way home. So you pretty much have like the rest of this season to see where the militia ends up.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thanks.
I loved the conversation we had at the end of the last episode where you were like, Lodovic knows what he wants, but I don't know how to get it for him.
He doesn't even know what he wants. That's why we got 3 new beliefs. Oh baby.
Yep. Let's talk
So
about
let's-
it. What you got?
Okay, first one. I can't trust that Ekaterina's and my goals will continue to align. I will need the weapons I lent to her people back.
Poor Lodowick. Oh, I love
Oh,
was
good
alone.
luck!
I have to go back to these terrifying gangsters and be like, excuse me, gentlemen, may I have my guns back, please?
Yep, so that's good.
I mean, I'm sure they'd be happy to give you the bullets back.
Yeah, that's going to go really super great. Okay, the second one, I'm not sure about because I don't know if it's a thing you can actually do. So, I will work to remove the tax on my resources by buying up the businesses left behind by the other seed members.
Mechanically, I
It
think,
can't just be a downtime thing.
yeah.
Can it?
I mean, it takes time, right? I think the reason it's a downtime thing is because the other way out is to just tax yourself down to nothing.
Don't do that.
Well, I'm sure that you don't. But let me take a look because that's important.
Because I figure if there's any way to rectify that, that is exactly what it is. All the things that I don't have access to the people for, I need this stuff.
Yeah, the bank account is on a downward trend. Okay. To rejuvenate his depleted resources, the character has got to do some work. The player describes how he's going about earning cash, closing deals, and refunding his accounts. Such behavior is usually related to lifestyle and maintenance obligation and must be tied to one or more skills. Okay, no, that's it. Like, it doesn't get a job as a separate heading. So
Okay.
that's another thing you can do. But no, there's definitely like a series of roles that you can make
Awesome.
to try to like recover your, because again, it's one of those things where you can establish it as, you tell me that's your intent, and then if I think the intent has a task attached to it, then we can, that's one way in which Burning Wheel, the task and intent allows the GM and the players to negotiate getting around things that are sticky. Like if you're like, I have a wound penalty that's going to take 6 months. My intent is to make a magic potion that will heal me of my wounds. And I can be like, all right, OB7 alchemy test, do it. Right? Like it's possible, but it's like outside the normal align way. So yeah, you could do that by buying up the businesses. I'll start another like Lodovic counter down here.
Okay, yeah, that's great. if that's feasible, then it's something that I've got a time limit on, and
well, and yeah, you'll be forced to spend time doing that instead of spending your money and doing other things, right? So you have to choose. It's basically just a front.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
And then my third one, because he was very kind of aimless after he thought he'd found something to attach himself to, but then the rug got pulled out from under him.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out the church only likes you for your money, so we're going back and slightly changing what I had as my second belief for ages. Carpathia's people must survive. Who even has a plan to truly save them from that impending wintry doom? I will find out the court and regent's overall plan to this end.
Yeah. You're gonna go to the seat of government and be like, what is your plan to deal with this?
It's like, yeah, you need to fix this, because I can do everything, but I can't fix the winter. So
yeah, I like it. I mean, I like the idea of Alessandra and Ludovic having another conversation and seeing some of that stuff develop.
Yeah, because
with Alessandra being like, no one help me at all, I don't want any help, you're gonna come in and be like, so what are you doing about this? And she's gonna be like, this isn't your business.
Right, but that's why we have
Merchant.
court. That's why we have court in public, because
We
everyone will
shall
see you dismiss someone who has a concern, right?
Right.
Like
that's true.
everything that you do is visible in that way. And so if Ludovic corners you in public, then yeah, if you're like, I don't care about that, get out of the way, everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, that's my thinking, because I can bring that up and I'll see who is, like, at the very worst, I will see which people disagree with her and are reasonable, but at best we can have a
this isn't about convincing anybody of anything. This is just taking the temperature of the court.
Right. And I've got a bit of leverage this time as well, I know, because if her plan is anything to do with using the military, then that's going to be difficult for her.
Yeah.
She can't arm them.
Yeah. Well, because that'll be the thing, right? The question is when Ludovic finds out that the army is on their way back. When do you realize? Because that'll change tenor for you, I think.
Absolutely.
Currently, Alessandra, you haven't told anyone.
No.
That you've made the order, and I think we can assume, even if it doesn't happen on screen, by the end of this episode, you will have received a letter back saying yo, we're on our way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was we described it at the end of the last episode. But assume that Alessandra isn't sure but knows of the plan, and then by the end of this episode, you will know for sure that they're coming back.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So let's do.
Still got the rest of the things.
Yeah. What do you got?
I slightly changed one, and I think it's interesting, and it plays into the third belief as well. Never ignore an opportunity for salvation. Listen to what people's plans are and stuff like that.
So what qualifies as an opportunity for salvation for you?
If anybody has a plan to fix things, it's mechanizing the way that he's easily swayed already, and I think it will be coming up more and being more interesting than just the making money thing.
Okay.
Because I'm doing that more actively now.
Yeah.
So having something there should be cool.
Okay. I like that. That's good. And then your other two instincts are the same as last time?
Yep. Always have cash on hand, and when confronted with a problem I cannot solve myself, look for an expert.
Cool. Okay. And your traits?
Self-satisfied, idealistic, materialistic, stocky, forward, patronizing, connected to the outcast life paths, affinity for business, and pennywise.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Well, everybody's got lots of stuff to do. Let's start with I think Alessandra, because the most immediate thing was the calling back of the Minister of the Forest Territories, right? This is 2 days later. Oh, hold on, my doorbell's
Either
ringing.
that or Agatha.
Talk amongst yourself for a second. I just got to run and grab the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
I feel
2
like
days later.
I feel like it might actually be Agatha that's more, unless you've got other things to do before you start hexing those people. I don't know, because if I go first with the minister, then I'm gotta be like, all right, I gotta stall this lady. But if you've already done something, then I don't. So I think the main issue is whether or not you've already done something to take care of, or try and start taking care of the Volpes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if something has happened, then I'm just like, oh, someone at the church requires your attention, and I send her your way or whatever. But if nothing has happened, then I need to stall.
I can definitely try to curse some Volpes.
So I feel like the first thing
Curse
is whether or
Volpes.
not Agatha has made some kind of process in terms of cursing the Volpes.
It's always really nice to start a session with the magic rolls because either they go well and it kind of sets the tone, or something bad happens and then we all scramble to.
Well, but I feel like it depends on Agatha. If she's gonna get straight to that, then fine. If she didn't, if she's like, I'll get to it when I get to it, then that's another thing, right?
Yeah.
So
totally.
like you can totally like your character does whatever, but I feel like that's where we should start is knowing what happened in that.
Okay. Cool. So
We decided your idea was dumb and bad, and we're going to do something else instead.
okay. Cool. What do you want to do?
Yeah, the thought is that like my belief is like I'm gonna wait until Agatha fulfills her promise. So it depends on whether or not Agatha would get straight to cursing the Volpes in 2 days or
It
not.
it was my understanding that Agatha wouldn't, but if that's not true,
That depends. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew.
Well, do you want to cede the initiative to Agatha then?
That was well, it depends on if Agatha would have. Andrew, do you have a?
Yeah, I want to curse the Volpes.
Okay, so I'm ceding the initiative.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that then.
I'm gonna hold my action until
Right. Okay.
until Agatha's back.
Okay.
I cast Firebolt on anything that comes through the door.
Perfect. The court is engulfed in horrible fire. Yeah, Jesus. What this kingdom needs is a bunch of D&D characters to just come in and bust it up.
I mean,
This adventure would have ended a long time ago. Okay, well, let's talk about that. What does cursing the Volpe not twins, look like?
and I did put them and the Lady Protector who defended them.
Yeah, you added that after the discussion because no, that's definitely was not part of the original conversation. It was just
that was not part of the talk.
You added that as to your belief well after the fact.
All right, fine. You know, you gotta try. You gotta.
Don't be a weasel.
Good on you for making an effort.
Yeah. So, how would Agatha do that then?
Yeah,
Because this is the
going
trick,
on?
right? Agatha is the monkey's paw. Agatha is the like, you said you want this. I'm going to give it to you this other way. Agatha is a walking 7 to 9 result on everything.
Yeah.
You think you convinced her, and then you don't quite get what you wanted.
Everything has a cost, always.
You're
And then another cost.
Yeah.
And then another cost. But hey, I've never plunged the kingdom into an endless winter, so that's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Unlike some people with sticky noses.
What the hell, Dave? All right. So yeah, what do you think? Because like your usual cursing is giving somebody a trait to get them to do what you want.
But I can just get spirits to kill them in their sleep or something.
Well, the spirits can physically assault them, yes, but they can't like haunt them or whatever.
No, you know what? Let's just cast everyone's favorite spell that turned me into a wolf one time.
I love that spell.
Fear takes form, which gives them the form of their fearful heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be great for Soren. And
so yeah, we'll see what they're really like. I think that's the most fun one to do because you get to decide what they turn into, Adam, and that's cool, I guess.
How long does it last?
It's up to
me.
Because that would, if they're animals, that does potentially get them out of the way.
It doesn't always mean that they turn into animals. It turns them into
they turn into
the thing they're most like. It turns their inner fears outwards, and they become what they are afraid of, or like they embody their fear.
Yeah.
For someone who has PTSD, that sounds horrible.
Sounds amazing. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
Thorin
probably
is gonna
won't.
be
stick around.
I don't know. That might not even know. Okay, you do.
Yeah, like
you.
this is the hope that whatever this is doing will drive them away, but it's not directly related, like, at all.
I don't have a spell that's make them go away.
You made a promise to get rid of them. So
we'll try this. We'll see if it works.
Okay, just to be clear, like
really
it's not
like
this is a spell. The intent and the task here are not at all related to driving them off. It's just to fuck with them with magic. Which is okay. You can do that in the hopes that it will make them want to leave.
What would you say, Adam, is the difference? Really,
like,
at the end of the day? I mean, I recognize that there's a difference, but also this is a funny thing for me to do. So
they're already acting. I mean, Agatha wouldn't know really any of this, just that they're like a thorn in their side. But like they're already acting pretty like absorbed by their fear, right? Like the fear that the king will die when they're not here. They don't want to be in Carpathia, but they're staying because the king is like weak and they don't want to leave their friend. I don't know if Soren is more afraid of being anything that, like, he's already the worst version of himself. He hates himself so much. The spell might not even work on him.
So what you're saying is you need to kill the king.
If the king dies, they're free and they'll leave. Yeah. They'll leave in mourning. Totally.
Yeah, that's definitely...
Okay, so here's a question. How much, like, research does Agatha do before doing this spell, right?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know any of this. She just knows that I asked them to leave. They refused to leave. I sicked Reza on them. Reza died.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She has very little context.
Does she have like a scrying thing that she can do to like what is going on here?
Yeah.
Get some info?
You can ask the spirits, like, reveal unto me this fact, and you can roll Volpe siblings wise.
And then do the whatever spell, because if Agatha were to find out that they will leave if the king dies, I feel like that's an Agatha thing to do.
It's true.
It's very twisted.
All right, all of you have convinced me. Thank you.
It's not that I personally want that, but like that.
Personally, I want you to just cast a spell because I really want to see what happens. But I have no investment.
To me, that is the path of least resistance. The thing that is anchoring them to Carpathia. And anchoring Soren, really, because Tabitha is anchored to her brother. She'll never leave him alone again. And he is anchored to the king by way of their long history together and secret love. And if the king dies, Soren will either leave or commit suicide. And if he leaves, then Tabitha will go with him. And if he commits suicide, she probably will too, or go with or leave. Right? So that'll definitely get rid of both of them.
I feel it really depends on what information Agatha gets.
Yeah,
because
that's why
it's
there's
entirely possible that if she was very disinterested, she would just be like, let me just turn them into what their fear is, and then something will happen, and that might get rid of them.
Yeah, but I don't think that's like interesting for the narrative, right? To just be casting spells at random.
Yeah, and I don't think Agatha is that like
Agatha's smarter than that.
Yeah.
Well, let's not pretend Agatha's responsible.
Well, yeah, but I feel like knowledge gained first would help to make this decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Agatha in her creepy basement.
Yeah.
Drawing circles on the floor in chalk.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm gonna talk to the spirits of shadow on this one.
Oh yeah, you get the little like shadow play. Like, here's the information that you need.
And so as she's like scritching, there's like a candle in the middle, and she's scritching out this circle in chalk, and the shadows are getting all weird and spoopy.
Mm-hmm.
The table is like pushed into a corner, and so I'm gonna roll Cercination first.
Yeah.
Forking symbology and spirit wise.
I kind of do love that you keep doing magic in a place that works against your magic.
Yes, because it's a safe place for you to live, but a bad place to do magic.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect Cercination though.
Yeah, so I want to get 3 extra dice. So she spends 3 hours drawing a circle.
It's a complicated circle. Damn.
I get it.
Nice. Okay.
Don't need any more routine tests, but it is helpful for the spirit binding. And then let's do the spirits are wise.
Okay.
So it can give me like Volpe wise or whatever, like a specific wise about the two of them.
Soren and Tabitha wise.
Yeah. Okay. And I would like to have a strength 5 spirit.
Okay.
Because the exponent is equal to the spirit strength. Actually, let's go strength 4. 4
Right,
is
and so
plenty.
this isn't the one that gives you the wise. Actually, there's 2. There's spirits are wise, or there's reveal unto me this fact. So reveal unto me this fact is a simple strength 3 spirit, and you ask about a game setting fact, like what would make them leave.
Oh, okay, so that's fair.
That seems to be the one. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's a strength 3 spirit.
I will fork.
Let me know before you roll, because I want to. So the ob is the strength of the spirit, right? So it starts at ob 3.
Yeah.
And then it goes up to ob 4 because of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. I roll.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I was gonna say don't roll yet, but that's okay. That's fine. You're good. You're good. You're done. You did it.
You were just going to set what the retribution would be?
Well, no, I was going to use my strength 4 shadow spirit obfuscation. I was going to be like, they lie to you. But that's okay. You got it. We're done. You rolled the dice. I'll save that retribution for later. But there's no retribution on this test because you rolled like crazy good.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
simple run of the mill.
Yeah, they reveal to you that they are bound here. Carpathia, in a lot of ways, right now is like a ship in a storm-tossed sea, and the king is the anchor that is holding all of this stuff in place while it's being torn apart by the storm. And Soren and Tabitha are 2 little shadowy figures on that larger boat, along with all the rest of you. But if the anchor isn't there, then they'll leave. However that plays out. You know, you can't see the future, but that's the answer to the question: is the king is what is binding them to this place.
Well,
and I will say, I'll let you figure out the solution, but it's not just the king as a person; it's the king's current helpless, vulnerable state. Right? If the king were healthy and good, he could be like, "I'm fine. Go home where it's safe."
Yeah.
Or he could just die, in which case they have nothing binding them here. That's literally like they basically live in his room. So
yeah, there are options where Agatha could either be like, let's just ruin this, and like the king is unnecessary. We've got a different, like, you wanted a female power set up or whatever. Yeah. Or you could be like, obviously I did a wrong, and that doesn't seem very Agatha.
No. And here's the thing is, now that he's in a weird coma, him just randomly dying,
everybody's kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the expected thing.
And Robillard would be happy.
I don't know if I can give him a trait that just outright kills him, though.
You can have you could bind the spirits of shadow to strangle him in his sleep. That would be a physical test that the spirits could do. They could just like.
And I guess he's helpless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is some like red priestess shit, right?
You can just suffocate him with a pillow, basically.
Let's do that.
Yeah, dead is not a trait. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Dead is an absence of traits, unless you're Joy.
Do I have the dead trait?
No, because you're not dead. You're a slave to the power of death. Yeah, so I think that is one way you could do it. I'll let you decide what angle you want to take, but the spirits can perform physical tasks.
Yeah, no, let's puke out a gross shadow murder spirit.
That's totally Game of Thrones.
In that, yeah, it's a bit of the Game of Thrones vibe. Mm-hmm. Although she's not going to have a needlessly sexualized birthing it scene.
Yeah, exactly. No. You
It's
just
not
ask
her
the
style.
shadows to make him one of theirs.
Yeah. Do you? I can just roll that now.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just do it. Yeah.
Now, can you
So
can't use
shadows
the same.
Tell her about this.
You can't use the same circle, right? You have to make another one.
I would have to roll again.
Yes.
It would be the exact same roll.
Okay. Do you want to do
You
that?
want me to do it again? Yeah. It's
so
always
it's
the
like
right thing to
symbolically
do.
different.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I think she has to like add another ring to the existing circle. It was like, here, yeah, come on out. Oh, okay, we're doing a murder. Great.
Now that
all
you're
right.
here.
And then she keeps working.
Oh, okay,
So-
we're doing a murder.
Again, 2 forks. Ob 3. Get it this
Okay.
time as well. Although barely.
There's so many greens happening right now. I'm really worried.
It's all going to build up to this horrible roll.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Give me a second before you do this one.
yeah. Yeah.
So You choose. So what? Okay, what I'm gonna do mechanically is the spirit here. So spirits who are asked to do harm, right? So this is the thing.
Yep.
If appropriate to their idiom, spirits may be forced to harm another character, object, or structure. Such an attack must manifest within the spirit's idiom: rock slides, falling branches, lightning strikes, bursts of flame. So in this case, I don't think shadows can't hurt you, but you have spirits of like castles, right, or something like that. So,
spirits of castles, spirits of
spirits of shadow. Spirits of shadow are really great for the other idioms of like listening and whispering and stuff, but a shadow can't hurt you.
Don't you have like spirits of?
I have hearth and home.
There you go. So that would be the spirit, right? Like
yeah. I also have ice and snow, rivers and falls, city streets.
There's lots of ways this guy could die.
But hearth and home, I think, is ideal.
Yeah, the hearth fire goes out, right?
Yeah.
The bed literally like smothers him.
Well, just the air in the room, he can't inhale it.
Like stifles him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last time I invoked the spirits of hearth and home, it was also to kill people.
Mm-hmm. When did you do that?
Remember when that village burned down and
the
devil? Yeah.
So,
oh God.
So the power of such an attack is equal to the spirit's strength plus the idiomatic material of the attack. So in this case, it's because you want it to be subtle, right?
Yeah.
Then it would be like +0. So you have to make it powerful. And what we'll do is you're gonna roll the power of the spirit, and I'll roll just like the fort, I guess, or health, whatever the one you actually roll as a versus test. And if you win, the king dies. And if I win, the king is able to force off these bad spirits and live. So basically you're choosing how many dice you're going to get on the strangle the king test.
Yep. Okay.
You currently have what? +3 dice?
+3 dice.
Okay. And the ob will be one more than usual.
Yeah. And I probably want a strength 5 spirit here.
Does he have any kind of like negatives for being the way that he is?
He's not physically ailing. No, everybody's taking care of him. He's just mentally not all there. He's forgotten who he is, right?
I'm going to fork symbology. I'm going to fork spirit-wise. Is this appropriate to fork apocalypse-wise? I don't know if it really is.
No.
I mean, you're talking about a kingdom being
but that's not, no.
The
king is just a man, right? Agatha doesn't even believe killing the king would bring on the apocalypse.
No. I was just...
Yeah, no, I understand.
Astrology? And we're good then?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 regular forks, or 5 regular mod to this roll. Oh, wait. I'm forgetting all my spirit binding rules here. I get a natural +2 because I am fancy.
Yeah.
And then I also have a spirit mark. 2 die spirit mark. Let me double check how those work.
Okay.
Can't remember if they just help me for everything or.
So the ob will be the strength of the spirit +1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirit binding. How do you work?
This is a serious test. This could result in the final death of the king. Though his spirit could still be summoned back from heaven by an appropriate summoner.
Okay, and yeah, spirit marks can be used in a variety of domains as long as the appropriate medium is present. So are there shadows in the room?
There sure are.
Yeah, cool. So I've got 9 extra dice. Okay. And it's an ob 6 test because I want a strength 5.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this strength 4 retribution I've been waiting on. I think the shadow spirits are jealous, right? They're like, no, Agatha is ours. Stop with these hearth and home and so they're like trying to keep you from the spirits of hearth and home. They're like, no, stay with us. Shadowy fun. It's great, even though they can't do what you want.
And so
they're jealous. So it's a +4 to the ob.
Okay, cool. It's ob 10.
Yep.
What?
It's an ob 10 test.
Oh my God.
Retribution. This is what it's for.
Retribution is bad.
How many dice do you have on this ob 10 test?
I thought it was only for like obfuscation. Like it had to be.
I'm rolling.
They're obscuring Agatha from the other spirits. They're like keeping the connection apart because that's what binding is. Right?
14 open-ended dice plus a
Persona 2. Do persona if you have persona to use it. That's what you need.
Okay, well, I've already macroed in the roll, so just let me add a persona die after this, Adam, because it won't affect the.
Yes, that's right. It doesn't affect the difficulty of the roll.
So yeah, I'll spend a persona as well.
Oh, you're close. Okay, so
you didn't get any 6s.
So roll the. Yeah,
so here's my here's my persona die. Persona die, first of all. Okay. Doesn't help.
Nope. Okay,
astrology die.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if it costs me a success. This is classic. No, okay, so it doesn't cost me a success either. I'm at 8.
Okay, you have one fate that you can use.
I can spend a fate to reroll one failed die. Yeah. Which will not open end, so I can never succeed.
You can't get there.
You didn't get any 6s. You've got like
14 dice and no 6.
What were you saying about look at all these greens? I'm scared.
I told you. I knew.
Okay.
It was bound to happen.
So you failed an Ob 10 spirit binding test to kill the king in his sleep.
God damn it.
The spirits of hearth and home are not pleased with your hubris. And what happened?
Well, but this was a failure because of the spirits of shadow obscuring Agatha from the spirits of hearth.
I mean,
and
it
home.
wasn't because of that contributed to it. It could
well,
also
I was just wondering if they would know that it was Agatha.
Yes, completely. You can't skip through retribution because of narrative stuff. You get retributed.
Well, no, I'm just maybe the retribution goes somewhere else.
So if the spirit binding test has failed, the GM determines the targets of the retribution so long as they fall in the limits of the medium and domain obstacles the summoner set out for the test. Timing of retribution. Retribution rarely comes. So I just get an Ob 10 physical
This is different.
harm.
It's different from failing. Yeah, failing isn't the same as retribution. Failing is worse.
Yeah, so that was retribution. So are there like specific rules for like if you fail for these ones? Failed binding. Here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
When the spirit binder fails to meet the obstacle of a spirit binding test, you have 3 options. Benignly declare there's no answer because there's no spirits available.
As if
no further retribution is suffered. Or you can determine that you've angered a spirit more powerful than you bargained for. See Anger of Ancients. Or you can decide the spirit has gone wild and will eternally plague the summoner. The summoner has angered. So Anger of the Ancients is you've angered this entity with their prattle. Add the margin of failure to the summoned spirit for the purpose of retribution. This new spirit indicates the true nature of the spirit and can take 1 act of retribution. So it would be
a strength 7 retribution.
Because you summoned a strength 6?
No, strength 5.
Oh yeah, 5.
Because there was a +1 ob, and then failed by 2. So
strength 7 retribution. And that says take 1 act of retribution. Yep. So 1 act of like physical harm against someone. Alternately, the GM may declare the summoner has raised the permanent. No, I know what happens. So okay, so you call in the spirits of hearth and home to like kill this person, this enemy of the spirits. You want to end the king's life. And the music changes and something obviously goes wrong. Can you, for me, roll a die of fate? I just need to know which person. Okay. All right. So we change scenes and it's outside. It's daytime outside. Twilight is sort of falling, and we see the workers on the outside of the church. And we see 2 stout men pulling on a rope, lifting a big block of stone up into place. And down below, we see Sufferance flirting with one of the like workers, and they're talking, and she's like smiling, and this shadow of the block kind of falls over her, and the rope snaps, and the block comes plummeting down towards her. I'm gonna get you to roll to see if she is crushed. So she's gonna roll speed to leap out of the way, and you'll roll the strength 7 spirit.
Okay. So I'm rolling for a strength 7 spirit right now.
Yes, please. Yeah, just 7 days. Okay, so 1, 2.
I get 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay, all right. So it's an
Why
Ob 5.
couldn't you get? Oh god damn it!
Ob 5 speed test. I'm gonna give her. I don't know. I don't actually know what her. Actually, did I? Yeah, I do know what her speed is. Okay, good. So her speed is 4. And she's a relatively important character, so she's got fate and all that. So let's see. Leap to safety, Sister Sufferance. Leap to safety. I will spend her 1 persona on this. Base ob 5, you said?
Yep.
Does she have any 6s? She has 1. All right, she's gonna spend. She's got two fate, so she's now down to 0 and everything. So I'll spend her roll that 6. You know what? You do it. You do it, Agatha. Roll a d6. I'll let you do this.
Wow, harsh.
There you go. She narrowly avoids. Okay, so it's a tie. So on a tie, let's see what happens.
Ties go to
the defender. Yeah.
Yes, and she is defending from being crushed. So she just narrowly gets out of the way. I think there's still the crunch of bone, the spray of blood, and we see her in the snow, and her face is covered in blood from the worker that she is talking to, who has just been crushed by this falling stone. And she's just
I accidentally killed her boyfriend, which I've been meaning to do previously.
And she's just like panting and like terrified. Lying in the snow, looking up, and she's just like too startled to weep, and we cut to break there.
Great.
Magic is dangerous. It is some dangerous shit. And I'm
really frustrated that you got such huge successes over and over, and then like not a single 6. You were so close. You still got a ton of successes on that roll.
That's my whole style. It's a cornerstone of my style.
Yeah.
Foundation.
Whereas I fail at 0s, Andrew fails at 1 less than they need every time.
Rocks fall, boyfriends die. Now all you need to do is give her a trait that makes her not interested in more boyfriends, and you're good to go.
Yep. It's easy.
There you go. All right. Well, cool. Thus concludes part 1 of our episode. Stick around. We're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back with, I don't know, maybe more people being crushed to death by rocks. Who knows? Don't go anywhere.